This Perp back with another video, and I just got done watching Rebirth. This is a brand new horror movie coming out of Shudder, and it's not on Shudder right now. I would assume that they would drop it on the service like at some point this year. I think maybe October, because usually you'll have a movie that will drop on Shudder in theaters first, and then shortly afterwards, or a couple months later, they'll put it out on the streaming service. But that aside, this is a fascinating movie, even based off the trailer. I could see some people being felt misled or disappointed because they're expecting like a traditional jump scare in your face type of horror movie. This is not that type of movie at all. It's more of a slow burn psychological horror, where we have these two characters that go by the name of Rose. She is kind of this she does autopsies and stuff like that, and works with corpses pretty much. And on the flip side, you have this other character that goes by the name Celie, and Celie has a daughter named Lila or Lila. I don't know how they pronounced it. It was weird. Anyways, and things are seeming to go really well between, her and her daughter, like that relationship. But what's interesting is the parallels in their character and how polar opposite they are, but also the similarities as far as Rose dealing with death and Ellie being the complete opposite, dealing with birth and children being born into the world. But this movie is a trip. I will have to say it's very heavy on the psychological, where these two, their whole world kind of collides because of what ends up happening with Celie's daughter, where she starts having this like bacterial infection that like kills her almost immediately, and she's not able to really catch up on this because it was too late. She has to work these long ass hours at this hospital. And we're going over to Rose's character real quick, where we're introduced to her first and how socially awkward she is, and how she's very straightforward, very hilarious at times, just certain dialogue, because she's very smart, but she's also almost robotic in a way, where it doesn't seem like she's all the way there. She's definitely not all the way there, and she's pretty unhinged. So what ends up happening is Celie's daughter ends up presumed dead. But then, shortly after, when Celie goes to collect her body, no one can find record of her body, which leads her to look at Rose and kind of barge into her whole entire house and finds her daughter strapped up and being kept alive by some type of experiment that Rose was working on to bring people back, or things back, from the dead. And it's not like a Pet Cemetery type of situation when you bring this person back, they automatically turn like animalistic. But it's fascinating. It seems like it's like kind of going back to the start, where now Layla has to relearn a lot of different things, like how to talk, how to walk, and whatnot. But the interesting thing is the dynamic between Rose and Celie, and what they're both willing to do for what they believe in. As far as Rose, where she believes in her work, she's pretty much a mad scientist, but also doesn't know how to emote certain emotions or how to feel about certain things. She's kind of lifeless in certain cases, whereas Celie will do anything possible to keep her daughter alive. And I think it's not out of the realm of possibilities that if you had a chance or an opportunity to save your child, I don't think that a person wouldn't do the things that Celie was doing in this movie. That being said, my only negative with this movie is probably the runtime, because it's clocking in at like an hour and 38. It feels like a 2-hour movie. Not to say that it was boring or anything, but you definitely feel the runtime. Overall, I think this is a fascinating movie as far as just the themes that they're dealing with and how just certain roles kind of flip as you see the movie progress, and that whole factor and what a person is willing to do for the love of the people that they love, pretty much, or just the love of their work, or however you want to kind of word it. It's a dope movie in that case. But don't go expecting this to be a straight up scary movie. It's more eerie, unsettling, and a bit uncomfortable at some times, and deals with a lot of body horror. I like the way that it's shot. I think it's very clean. Doesn't try to do nothing fancy with the camera work, which is okay. You know, not every horror movie needs to kind of wow you or do something crazy, or, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my quick thoughts without really diving into spoilers. You should definitely go check this out whenever it drops on Shudder or a streaming service done at some point this year. Or if it's playing at a theater near you, I would definitely recommend checking this out in the theaters if it's your thing. Until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.